Welcome back, fellow milk drinkers, to yet another Monday Milk Review. Today, we're going to be looking at perhaps the most caffeinated drink we have ever seen on this show. 27 milligrams per 100 milliliter. I'll put some other examples up on screen so you can just sort of compare to some other products that exist on the market. But otherwise, let's get into this. Nippy's. Nippy's is a company based in South Australia, which actually sent me a big box of their entire range. If you want to check out that video, I'll be linking it in the description. Be sure to follow through if you want to see all of the flavors available at Nippy's. It is a little bit difficult to find up here in Queensland because you're only going to find it in Coles. Coles, you'll find iced coffee and chocolate. That's it. The only other place you're going to maybe find them sometimes is IGA, but you can order wholesale off their website. Their shipping is super fast. When they sent me the promotional items, it got here in like 3 days. Something also of note is that this is one serving size of 500 milliliters. You are intended to drink all of this in one sitting. Oak, I believe, has 2 servings in their 600 milliliter bottle or carton, which, you know, let's be real, not many people actually have 2 sittings of an Oak, but 500 milliliters is quite a lot to drink, especially with such a high concentration of caffeine. Judging by the fact that it's 27 milligrams per 100 mil, that makes it roughly 25 times 5 is 125.
What is he doing?
Plus the 10 times 5 times 2 is 10.
He's beginning to believe.
So it's like 135 milligrams of caffeine. Put the calculator away. I don't know if I'm right and I don't need to be fact checked. This is potentially the most caffeinated drink I've ever had too. The only one that may compare to it is the Norco Triple Shot. However, Norco's PR is non-existent and they won't reply to my emails or messages. I just want to know how much caffeine's in your drinks and then I would do them on the milk review, but you won't respond to me. That rant aside, I need to get into Nippy's. So let's give it a good shake and open it up. That was violent. Oh, there's coffee splatter on my wall. The amount of times I've had to clean my wall thanks to drinks splashing like that, it's unbelievable. That was really stupid of me. I was trying to pop the hole. Why do I do so much stupid stuff? Why am I like this? Okay, let's just pour it into the glass. Okay, so it is a very expected tan brown. I'm eyeing off this bit that spilled on my hand. It's very hard to not just give it a quick taste. I tell you what, I've got the discipline of a monk right now. I'm facing temptation and beating it. Let's give it a sniff from the glass. Okay, that is a very rich smelling drink. It's got a lot of flavor in there. In the no added sugar variant, I noticed a very wheaty kind of taste or grainy taste. I don't know how to describe it otherwise, but I'm not picking up that scent from this drink. But getting into the taste test now. Oh, that's actually surprisingly sweet. It's definitely not a sweet drink, but I wouldn't call it bitter either. I think regular iced coffee drinkers could probably find something enjoyable out of this. This is a long life milk, and if you can get such a nice flavor out of a long life milk, that's really impressive. It's quite creamy and the texture is quite nice, which is the massive pitfall of all long life milks. A lot of them struggle to have a really nice texture. They tend to be really watery, and I hate that in my flavored milks. Props to Nippy's for actually being able to make something both long life and still creamy. That's really impressive. And currently, I'm not seeing any cream separation either, which is another point because a lot of these also suffer from having cream separation, which doesn't mean anything, but it just doesn't look nice, you know? I just looked down and I realized I've spilled coffee on my bedsheet. The things I do to deliver milk reviews to the good people, the good milk drinkers of the world. It's times like this where I realize, like, I am so stupid for a smart guy. I honestly don't think things through. Self-loathing aside, back to the drink now. I think I can really get behind this drink. It perhaps isn't my favorite type of coffee flavored drink. mochas still exist and mochas are really nice, I almost have like a running gag with Nippies because I seem to mess up how to open them nearly every time. This is probably the worst I've failed yet. Okay, finishing the glass, I am seeing potentially a singular speck of cream separation. I was saying earlier that there wasn't any. There's potentially a tiny bit, but it's negligible. I can't rate it too highly just because my own personal bias. I think for what it does, it's really impressive. It's quite creamy as a long life milk. I think then deserves about a 7 to a 7.5. Let's stick with 7.5 out of 10. I think you should try it if you're an iced coffee person. It's definitely wonderful to have as a backup. I now remembered I didn't actually pay attention to if I was saying espresso or espresso. I know it's espresso, but I guarantee I might have said espresso. I apologize to coffee snobs, but you literally saw me just pour out liquid over my mic. Don't expect too much of me, okay? Anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap it up for this week's episode of the Monday Milk Review. I really do hope you've enjoyed watching. If you have, consider dropping a like. It's gonna help promote my video in the algorithm so my channel can grow. If you wanna stay up to date with everything I'm doing, be sure to subscribe. But without further ado, I'll see you next week in the Monday Milk Review. Bye bye!